Welcome back. We're back. The Buffs are back. Now, I know it's not winter, so I'm not going to have on this hat for long. It was actually really warm here in Atlanta, but I was excited because the Buffs are back and the Buffs are better. Even Coach Prime said it. The last class was great. Shador, great. Travis, great. But we have a better team. And I agree. All around, all around, we're good. Right? So I don't know if y'all had a chance to look at the Big 12 Media Day. I looked at interviews. I'm a Caden Salter fan even more and more every single day. I was already on board with Caden Salter. Love that guy. Love me some Juju too. But it's not just the quarterback. It's not just the quarterbacks. It's not just the receivers. It's not just the quarterback and the receivers. All over the team. We got dogs. I really hope Coach Prime start giving out the letter D to a couple of people, right? Because you could see it. We're a better team. And that is what's going to shut the haters up. Because yes, the Buffs are back, but so is the hate. Now, Coach Prime's interview was really good. We're going to talk about that. Caden, I liked his interview. I like Caden's chemistry with Juju. We're going to talk about the quarterback. It's not even a controversy. We're going to talk about the quarterbacks, plural, at CU. The whole picture of the quarterbacks. We know the O-line, Jordan Seaton, but also I told you I'll be on the lookout for Xavier Hill already getting love. We're going to talk about that too. And I'm happy that the guys that are shown here are the guys. These are our leaders, in my opinion. We know Mata, right? DJ McKinney. And we have two quarterbacks. Why? Because I think you're going to see two quarterbacks play. Now, I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know if they're going to go red zone offense or something else. But I think that that's what we're going to see. I don't think it's going to be every opportunity. I don't think they're going to switch like that. But I think it's obvious to me that Caden is our starter. That's what I think. I think it's obvious that Juju is growing and he's growing fast. And it's obvious he's going to get some opportunities, right? And then we have the O-line, the much improved O-line, led by Jordan Seaton, but also flanked by Xavier Hill, right? So we're going to talk about that. So welcome in, everybody. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. The Buffs are back. Now, y'all know we have a low projection, but we don't even care about that because it tells you they didn't even take these guys into consideration that's standing right here on the photo. They know DJ McKinney is him at top ranked corner in the country. We already heard Preston Hodge, top ranked safety or corner. I don't know if he a nickelback corner, etc. Last year, probably going to be also this year. We know Seaton is him, right? But we have some guys getting some accolades already, right? Look at this right here. This is the preseason all Big 12, right? You see Jordan Seaton, who we believe is like a leader of the team. But actually, I still think Caden might be the leader of the team. But why argue about it? There's enough L's and dogs to go around for everybody, right? There's enough leaders and dogs. And that's why I think this should be the year Coach Prime expands that, right? Because all of these guys right here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. Preston Hodge, Martavius French, he just got here, right? Xavier Hill just got here. Those two guys. See, they're not taking them into consideration. They're not taking it into consideration, but fans who watch the Buffs every day when they have content put out already know Martavius French is also him. We also know JoJo is him. And we're not the only people that know that. DJ McKinney and Jordan Seaton. See, they thought we would only have two players. They thought because Travis and Shador have elevated that we only going to have two players. That's what they thought. That's why they gave us a 5 and 7. Some people gave us a 6 and 6. Exactly what we had last year or one game different. But see, all of these guys right here, they're already getting preseason Big 12. And I don't even see Caden on here, do I? So what does that tell you? That's another one. That's another one. So they have severely underestimated CU, not just in that damn game, but in reality. Vegas has us, I think I heard a 6-6. Now we've proved Vegas wrong multiple times. The UCF game always stands out to me because they just knew we were going to lose that game. So you can't even buy into any of that, right? In fact, I think Vegas's projection is more about their odds and betting. I think it has more to do with betting and setting people up to fail and Vegas making money, because there are going to be people who believe we're going to lose. They're going to bet against us and they're going to lose their money. That's what I think, because that's exactly what we talked about after the UCF game, that the projections that they're making for CU is about people losing money on betting. This is about the betting industry, the multi-billion-dollar betting industry. Honestly, it's the only thing that makes sense, because how can we have the same projection year over year with and without Shador and Travis? Betting. Nobody's going to say it out loud, but I'm going to say it. Betting. People talked about how betting has ruined the NFL. Well, I don't think it's going to ruin college, but I do think the projections are no more than marketing. Marketing to the bettors. Hey, Colorado's not going to be good, because we know we good. This is the only reason why they could underestimate the entire team, while we could have year over year the same projections. Betting. So if you're a betting person, you might want to use your brain, because I remember there were people who talked about the spread, the over, the under, whatever it was during the UCF game, and how they were so happy they didn't listen to Vegas and they made a ton of money betting on CU. I'm not a betting person, but if I did, those odds gonna work for me, because I'm betting with CU. That's marketing. That's what it is. That's what it's coming to. Marketing. So think about this, okay? The ratings that just came out for the game. Georgia Tech in the 80s and 90s, they only went 7-6. Colorado, 6-6. And the ratings are the 80s and the 70s, right? But we had a better record than them. And people gonna talk about competition. Okay. But when you look at preseason honors, they don't even have Caden on here. And we already know he a dog. There's other people that's probably not on here either. Marion. So I personally think we could go 12-0. So I issued a poll today asking people if they thought that CU could go 12-0, true or false. So I'm waiting for the results to come back. I'll probably check it tomorrow and see what people are saying. But just the peek that I did take with the few people that responded, overwhelmingly, yes. Because when you look at where the problems were, primarily the O-line. The O-line impacts the run game. You need people to block, right? So we solved that problem, and I do believe we are way better off with just Xavier Hill and Jordan Seaton. That's 2 out of 5. That's Yaya. That's 3 out of 5. Tyler Brown is 4. So that's room for one other person. So that means we're not going with the same crew we had last year. And with Xavier Hill already seeing his name on preseason honors, that's going to make him hungry. That's going to make him hold people accountable if they choosing to make other decisions. That's what I believe. So congratulations to the Buffs with the preseason honors coming in. It's 7 of them. I know there are people that are not on here. I can think of Caden and Omarion just off the top, and then we have Gibson. That's 3 people right there. And sometimes I do think they're like, well, we can't give Colorado too much. We got a squad. The Buffs are in good hands. I do think Caden as the quarterback is the leader. I think Jordan Seaton is the leader on the O-line. I think we have several leaders. I think DJ McKinney and Preston Hodge, leaders and a dog. You can figure out who's who. Both of those guys are on defense. The defense is better, not just the secondary, but the defensive line with Okanola. And then we still got Tawfiq Bayard. We haven't seen him play. He's already have a good reputation. We in good hands. We're in good hands. See, we talked about it yesterday on the You Up podcast. Coach Prime is the main ingredient, right? He's the main ingredient. And with his success at Trinity, Jackson State, before Travis, Jackson State, CU 3-0 year one. This year, I believe, will be that year one was supposed to be. Not that anybody's chasing that, but we went 3-0, which means we played 3 complete games. And with an entire new crop of people, a better team, bigger players. The players are actually bigger in size. The mindset is different. We've had 2 other classes to come and go for people, for CU to attract people that want to win, that want to work. Not people coming because Coach Prime has connections. So this is it. Third time is the charm. I think 12-0. Let me know what you think, what the score will be, what the final record will be. But I think 12-0. It's not like we said 9-4. We felt like worst case scenario was 10-2. But I said 11-1 with Arizona State being the difference maker. But now that they put their squad together, they don't have their players that elevated, last year. And we do. We do. So Coach Prime, his interview, he thanked Michael Irvin, who was right there with him. That was good, right? Now you can see on this photo, Coach Prime looks thin. He looks thin, but his voice was strong at one point. Coach Prime was hoarse, whether y'all know it or not, but he was. That's a sign of stress. That's a stressor on your immune system. So he sounds good. His voice was powerful. He had his usual sense of humor a little bit. He called out the truth, when it came to NIL and when it came to other teams getting credit for using the portal. He said it. When I do it, it's a problem. But now that everybody else is doing it, it's okay. Talking about Texas Tech and then having $5.1 million to pay one O lineman. I'm like, how does that work? Now, how much do the other ones get, right? And he joked about his friend Joey McGuire, who was the coach over there at Texas Tech, right? So that's where Cash Cleveland ended up, just in case if y'all don't know. But we meet them. I think we meet them again this year because they in the Big 12 also. But everybody's talking about how much money the schools are spending because they saw who ended up in the Natty, $20 million roster, right? Now UT $54 million roster. Coach Prime talked about that. Talked about poaching, right? So I think the burning question was his health. And he didn't go into detail. He called out the Atlantic? He said they'd be on that bull junk. I was like, I guess they gonna get the boot next. They be on that bull junk, but he said, I'm gonna tell you what I want you to know. I'm not gonna go into detail about it. And I think those were the burning questions, his health. And once they moved on past the questions about his health, I think it was DMVR that asked him about the quarterback. Somebody asked him about, could we see 2 quarterbacks in play? And I think he said, yeah. He said, I think it was, do you see a situation where both quarterbacks will play? He said, yes. Now that's something the What She Said Sports podcast community, we have talked about early on, that we could kind of see that there would be 2 quarterbacks, but we don't think it would be to the level of instability. I said, it's possible we could see when the score is up, Caden comes out the game, Juju goes in, because obviously CU is dedicated to developing Juju, right? So we all gonna see 2 quarterbacks. Now, if we gonna see 2 quarterbacks, what does that mean for Ryan Staub? Does that automatically push him to 3? Is there a competition for QB2? Because there's no competition for QB1. I think you could even tell what Coach Prime's response is. Caden is ready to go right now. Juju is learning, and he's a fast learner. Even Caden talked about that, right? So Coach Prime basically, he's media trained himself. He's Mr. Media Trainer. So he knows he gonna answer what he want to answer, and he gonna send you the information that he wants you to have. And that's that we gonna see two quarterbacks. That Juju's developing, that Caden is good to go. But he also left it to the fact that which one is the best by the time we gotta go. That way, if something happens, it prevents Caden from getting comfortable and resting on I'm older. It keeps both guys on their toes, right? It makes Caden keep working instead of thinking, oh, I got this in the bag. Juju's younger than me. That's what Coach Prime's answer does. And when it came to Caden's interview, right? Caden talked about his conversation, his chemistry with Juju. He's the big bro, and Juju's the little bro. But in my opinion, Coach Prime's answer is yes, Caden is ready to go. Yes, we are developing Juju, but we gonna see when we get to where we gotta get. That way nobody gets comfortable. That way the big bro, little bro scenario, don't get that in your head and think that you could ease up off the gas. Because if something should transpire, then he gonna give the baton to whoever's good to go. And that's fair. What is our motto? The best man up, the next man up. That's just how it goes, right? That's just how it goes. So I love their relationship. I can tell that Juju's young. I can tell he does need to develop as a young man, first of all. And then the mindset, we talked about all of these guys are under 25, but Caden has the experience and has been where we're trying to go, 12-0. And Coach Prime is keeping him on his toes with Juju right there, but not in a bad way, because Caden is also helping to develop Juju, and Juju is learning by watching Caden, from being on this Big 12 conference, from being on Media Day, because next year he'll be right here and Caden will likely be at the next level, right? So I love their relationship. Y'all let me know, what y'all think, but I think it's Caden. That you let me know your thoughts, but that's what I think. I think it's Caden. So predict Colorado's win-loss for 2025. If you didn't get to do it, I'm gonna go 12-0. That's just what I'm gonna go. I do think I agree with Coach Prime. We have a better team than we had last year. Yeah, we had some standout marquee players, right? And for obvious reasons, because they balled out at Jackson State and they brought that winning culture with them. And I'm never going to negate 3-0. And I'm telling y'all, the further we get down the road, you're gonna see that year one was a setup. Maybe you can't see it right now, but you're gonna see it eventually. So while y'all vote on predict Colorado's win-loss for 2025, I wanted to share something. Okay, so while y'all vote the win or loss, what that record gonna look like, we talked about a few weeks ago. It's gonna be back to school time before you know it. Now I haven't seen any back to school ads. Maybe it's still a little too early, I guess. And I said, let me know when y'all see Halloween stuff. Let me know the moment you see Halloween stuff. I want to see how early they gonna get going. So my mom sent this to me today. She said, and here we are. So my mom was in Texas out shopping, and she sent this to me because she knew I was gonna crack up, because I'm telling y'all, it is July 9th and Halloween stuff is already out. Halloween stuff is already out. Yes, we're talking about this while y'all predict Colorado's win-loss for 2025. I had to share this because we talked about this as a podcast community. This is way earlier than I anticipated. It is July 9th. July 9th, August 9th, September 9th, October 9th. How many months is that? 4? And they got the Halloween merch out. They want you to be looking at pumpkins from now until. This is early. This is early. Normally it's I would say September, but God darn, this is really early. So Mom, if you see this, thank you for sending us this photo. We did talk about this, and this is a callback because it is July 9th. It is July 9th. So I'm getting ready to check y'all's comments and see what y'all say. Let's see who in the chat. Let's see who in here. Hey, Juanetta, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shout out to Mata. Yes, shout out to Mata. Gracie, hey everybody, how you doing? Hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. Brother says, hey, how you doing? I am proud to be a Buffs fan today. Yup. It said Coach Prime set it off, showed receipts, and talked about K-Salt and Juju with the same enthusiasm as Shador. Yup. Coach Prime is happy. He's happy. And I like the way he handled it. He's like, they were good, but we'll have a better team, right? And it shows you, just like when Shador moved on, they were asking him about, well, how's it going to be without your dad? He was like, I mean, all good things come to an end, right? It's time to move on. In other words, y'all making more about my father being my coach than it really is. I've had other coaches. So now Coach Prime basically set the tone before people start going down the road about asking him about, can he coach other players? That was a conversation on ESPN when Cam Newton was still on there. And that's what the conversation was. And that's when Cam switched his answer to talk about Shador not having another coach. And that's when Stephen A looked at him with that death stare. And that was in him on ESPN. Because the conversation was, can Coach Prime coach another quarterback? And I said, it's crazy how people don't really stop to remember. Coach Prime himself was a quarterback who called his own plays in high school. So, yeah, he can coach other quarterbacks. His first year at Jackson State, I feel like, was Shador still in high school? There was another quarterback at Jackson State. It wasn't Shador. I think it might have been the 2020 season. I feel like it was the 2020 season. There was a different quarterback. And then, maybe in 2021, I think Shador became the quarterback. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. But I think there was another quarterback before Shador at Jackson State. Let me know. 2020 season. Let's see. So, yep, I'm with you, brother. Coach Prime did a phenomenal job. I mean, he is Mr. Media Trainer, so he did a good job. Hey, Crowley, say grand evening, what she said. And chat family, it was a joy seeing Coach Prime talking his talk and checking all the haters in the media. God is blessing Coach Prime. Yep. He really is. He really is. I think he's going to have a good year. He's setting the tone from the beginning so that the media just don't run with certain things. He's already addressed a lot of things, right? He's already addressed a lot of things. One being, he can move on from his son being coach, right? Let's see who else we have here. Is this Tina? Tina say, hey, what she said in chat. Okay, I wait for y'all to start putting y'all predictions for the win-loss total for Colorado in the comments. So we just going through the comments. It says, oh, BJ was on my live stream when I was watching the Chicago Sky game. Okay, Sky is up 73-60 headed into the fourth. Okay, keep me posted. Thank you. Thank you. It said, don't forget about Quentin Gibson. Right. No, can't forget about Quentin. Quentin Gibson, Farrakhan. We know the entire wide receiver core is exceptional. Now, I don't know why none of them made all preseason honors. I have no clue to that. I'm happy to see 7 Buffs on there. But if we already have an exceptional wide receiver core, then there should at least been at least Omarion or Gibson should have been on there. I think JoJo might have been the only one on there. So, I guess they don't want to name everybody. So, thank you for that, BJ. It says 12-0. Okay, Miss Pamela. Miss Pamela says she think the Buffs are going 12-0. Okay, that's what I think too. Okay. Now, if you don't think they're going 12-0, y'all gonna have to put in the comments why, so we could talk about it. Who else? It says, oh, Nola, I love the headgear. Yeah, thank you. It's hot. I ain't gonna have it on for much longer. I'm about to snatch it right off my head. I have the L69. It's hot. Yeah, I like this Coach Prime hat. This the one. Let's see. Brother said, glad to see Playmaker. They're supporting him. Yeah, that was interesting. I thought that was interesting. It's like he went with him for emotional support. That's what I got from it. It's that when you're down and need inspiration, Playmaker is the type of dude you could call on. Oh, that's good. I liked how Coach Prime thanked the commissioner of the Big 12. He said that man called him every day. He said that man called him every day. He thanked the athletic director, Rick George. He said he never wavered in his belief. He always believed from the beginning until now that they can get this done. See, Rick George saw what we saw, right? He knew that Jackson State had been in a drought for 12 years. And anybody that's in sports knows if you can go in on year 2 and 3 and turn around a drought into a winning season twice, 11-2 and 12-1, and like I said, one was the Celebration Bowl. A 12-0 or something like that, or 12-1. That's not a fluke. And he did the same thing at Shador and Shiloh's high school, Trinity Christian. You put those two together, that means this person can turn any losing situation into a winning situation after year one. After year one. Because the first year, you got to get it together. Like when he went in talking about the Louis luggage he was bringing and told the guys who were used to a losing culture, they were comfortable with a losing culture. To hit the portal, people got in their feelings. But let's be honest, it wasn't because he dismissed players that weren't winning. It's because he was the leader. And we know what that's about, right? So I like his I like how media day went. Shout out to the Big 12 commissioner. I don't know if y'all know, but he used to work for either Rock Nation or Live Nation, or they might be one and the same, or one is a subset of the other. And you could see it. You could kind of see that type of entertainment type elevation to the Big 12, having their own pro day. First they went Vegas, then they went back to the Star. Now I didn't see Jerry Jones today. If y'all did, y'all let me know. But I didn't see that part today. I didn't see anybody from CU from last year either, probably because the focus was on this class, right? So I could kind of see how the commissioner is elevating CU, not CU, the Big 12, with the media, the TV, because we're on like TNT, I think, this year, or TBS. We're on a different station other than a normal sports station. So he's taking it outside the sports world. I guess that's what I'm getting at. First, we're in Vegas, and then now we're at the Star, right? Everybody knows what the Star is. So the Big 12 have media day there. We had our own combine there. That's making the Big 12 a standout. He's trying to elevate the Big 12 so it can get the same type of respect as the SEC or the ACC, or whatever other conferences there are, right? Trying to elevate. And I see it. And he said that man called him every day. He said Rick George, he believed from the beginning. He still believed. He thanked them personally. That says a lot, that those people would care enough about Coach Prime to check on him every day and still believe after all of the sabotage, because there are a lot of coaches, even SCU, 1 year and that's it. So I totally agree with you on that one. So I think it says a lot. It's like they're a family, they bonded. It's not just a transactional work relationship. Hey Jerry, how you doing? Let's see. It says Salapi said he cheated. That sports analyst emphasis on the first letters of what? What? I have no idea what you're saying, but what are you talking about? That's hilarious. BJ Reed said people aren't spending that money. They got to get Halloween out. So in September, they can start pushing Christmas. You know what? That must be what it is, because this is the earliest I have ever seen. Y'all notice the 7th month of the year. Halloween is until the 10th month. That's 3 months. That's a good rationale, BJ, because that's crazy. Like that's early. That is early. CU. What'd you say? Who is that? Jerry says CU4. What's that? Is that your projection that we gonna win or lose? Let me know, Jerry. Blue Moon said, let's see here. CP mentally sharp. Yep, he is. And that's how you know that what he was dealing with health-wise, it didn't come from up here, right? It was the hoarseness told me it was stress. It was stress related. Jerry said change 9-3 and we'll play for the Big 12 chip. Oh, you think we going 9-3? Okay, we gonna lose 3 games. Who we losing to? Okay, thank you, Jerry. Let me know who we losing to, because I didn't know we was gonna lose 3 games. Mata looking grown up and confident. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm so happy to see Mata on the picture. I'm so happy to see Mata on here, right? Because he been with Coach Prime the entire way, and his family trusted Coach Prime with their son. Because at one point they weren't here in the States, but I think they are now. If not, they come back, because he said something about Mata told Coach Prime that they had gone to a Denver game and they were in a suite. And I was like, oh, okay. So remember, I don't know if his family lives here or not, but at one point they did not. So that's huge. And they trusted Coach Prime with their son all the way from Jackson State. So technically, this is the last class of the guys from Jackson State. So that's interesting. Let's see. Sky is 8274. Okay. Thank you, BJ. Just in case y'all wondering what BJ is talking about, we were live watching the Sky game. It was impromptu. I just only watched it for like 30 minutes so I could get ready for this show. But if y'all are WNBA fans or basketball fans, turn your notifications on, because y'all can catch us with that as well. It says, what does that say? It says he treated him appropriately. Oh, analyst. Oh, yeah. You know why? Because he act like he didn't hear the reporter before him. We're talking about the guy from the Athletic. There was a reporter, a young lady. She went first. You know, Coach Prime shows respect to the women reporters and let them go first. And it was a lady who asked Coach Prime about his health, and he answered the question. And right behind him, the guy from the Athletic asked the question. And even people in the comments were like, so he just didn't hear nothing that she said. It's like he was going to ask him his question anyway. And Coach Prime was like, you know, y'all are on that bull junk. I'm not about to tell you all this, that, and the other. So, and the guy was like, oh, okay. It wasn't as bad as the one from CBS, because that was crazy. But it deserved. You got to pay attention. It's like he didn't respect what the woman said before him. So he was going to ask almost the same question. Mata's family is in Beaufort, Georgia. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was in Mexico. I don't know why I thought that. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you for that, Gracie. So Mata's family is here. Okay. I don't know why I thought they weren't here. So they live in Beaufort. That's where no, that's not where Juju's from, is it? That's not where Juju's from. So, you know, nobody else have any other predictions? Nobody have any predictions other than Jerry? We going 9-3. Jerry said we going 9-3. No, let's see. Jungle said 10-2. Okay, 10-2. Okay, y'all. It popped up. I think everybody else is just starting to pop up. Hold on 1 second. Who said 8-4? Jerry said 8-4. And brother said 10-2. And Gracie said, let me see what Gracie said. 10-2. Okay. 10-2. All right. So y'all think we're gonna lose some. Okay. All right. I'm curious to know who y'all think we're gonna lose to, but okay. All right. Well, we the 12-0 crew. Whoever 12-0, drop 12-0 in the chat. If you like me, you believe we going all the way. All right. So, you know, there's people that believe we're gonna lose 3-4 games max. That's what I'm picking up off of. 9-3. Does that include a bowl game? 9-3? No, that's 12. So we're gonna go to a bowl game too, I'm assuming, if we go into the Big 12. Okay, well, that's good, I guess. Well, you know, that's good, I guess. I was curious to see what y'all said. Looks like y'all feel like we're gonna lose a few. I don't think we're gonna lose them. I think we're gonna go 12 and 0. And maybe I feel like that we have a lot of stars on the team. We already got 7 preseason. Let me see who's on the list again. Is JoJo on here? Let me look at this again. So they have 1 receiver. Why do people keep skipping over Omarion? Am I missing something? Is something missing? Because JoJo just got here. Omarion was here last year. This is be his 3rd year. Every time he does get to play, he balls out. So I don't know. I feel like he should be on there for sure. And Gibson, he's a star, so I don't know why he's not on here. That's 3 receivers right there. So JoJo, and then you have 2 members of the secondary. Oh, I didn't even notice Arden Walker was on here. Oh, wow. Wow. Arden Walker's on here as an edge. Okay. I missed that. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about Arden Walker making it on here? I think he's an edge rusher. Blue Moon said 12 and 0. I asked for what I want. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Sky 8778. Okay. Sky 2 still up 2 minutes mark. Okay. Salafi said, let's see. Prime himself said whoever wins the Big 12 will lose 2 games. That comment was surgical and strategic. Whoever wins the Big 12 will lose 2 games. Is one of the 2 games the Big 12? So there are 2 games that we think we're going to lose. So that means, is that 10 and 2? Is that 11 and 2? How does that work? Are we losing? Are we going 12, 11 and 1? And then we lose the Big 12? Is that what we're talking about here? Because it's 12 regular season games. So I don't get that. I need some enlightenment on that comment. He said whoever wins the Big 12 will lose 2 games. Oh, wow. Well, I guess most people expect us to lose to Georgia Tech and Arizona State then. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. I think we could go 12 and 0. What do y'all think about that? It said, I am with the 12 and 0 crew. Go Buffs Nation. Let's not forget Faircon. Yep. Right. Because the entire wide receiver crew is described as exceptional. Now, we did debate whether elite and exceptional, which one was better. Y'all said elite is better than exceptional, but exceptional is above average, right? So I don't know how we don't have more than just them. Maybe they can only name 1. Is that what it is? Let's see. Seaton is on there. He's first team. DJ McKinney is on there as first team. JoJo is third team. Yeah, we could have had some more people then. They have all that. So I see us getting cheated at Utah and Kansas State. Now, do we play Kansas and Kansas State again? Because why are we getting cheated at Utah? We beat them last year. What's happening? Are we still playing Kansas? Remember, it was Kansas and Kansas State last year. Okay. So you see us getting cheated at Kansas and Utah, Kansas State and Utah. I'm going to make sure we are armed with the grievance process for referees who cheat. And we're going to talk about that before the game because we're going to use it. I'm not being cheated this year. I'm like, they took that information down last year. I'm going to find it. And we're going to utilize it. We're going to even do an episode about how you do it, how it works, what has happened in the past, because they need to know. We're going to tell. That's just what we're going to do. We're going to write you up. If we got to start a petition, because that's the only way you're going to hold us back is if somebody cheat, if somebody meddle. If we have an O-line, to be honest with you, it's going to be the 3 calls that I said. That's all they're going to be able to weaponize. Pass interference, taunting, and holding. That's it. There's nothing else you could do. There's nothing else you could do. And the game cannot be close. It cannot be close. It said, we're going to lose to TCU, Houston, and West Virginia. What? Houston? Why would we lose to Houston? Did they improve drastically? U of H? What? Y'all know that's my alma mater for grad school, right? My daughter just graduated from U of H too. Um, yeah. I'm still rocking with the Buffs. Okay, so y'all think we gonna lose to TCU, Houston, and West Virginia? What do y'all think about this? We have too much star power. We didn't have this kind of star power last year. We didn't get this many. Did we get any preseason nods last year? I'm gonna have to go back and look. And did we get as many? Seaton, McKinney, Williams, Hill, Walker, French, and Hodge. That's 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. And then there's Gibson, Omarion, Farrakhan. That's 3. Cam McHale. That's 4. Draylon. That's 4. That's 5. Draylon is 5. That's 5 more guys that could be out here. We know those guys that we talked about. We know that they are solid. I'm telling you, 12-0. If we beat Georgia Tech, there is no stopping CU without somebody cheating us. That's it. That's it. All right. I need to know what y'all think about what Jerry said about losses. 3 losses. So Jerry said we're gonna have 3 losses, and TCU is 1, Houston is another, and West Virginia. I need to know what you think TCU got it together this year. TCU, Houston wasn't good last year either. I don't know about West Virginia. They're new to me. I'm new. I have to do a little studying up on them. Let me know what y'all think about Jerry's comments, because that's a surprise to me. We respect all opinions. You know, I'm just kidding. All right. I think the Buffs will go undefeated. Thank you, Salafi. Thank you. 12-0. Look at all of this star power on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3 are new. Plus the guys that's not on here. Come on, y'all. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see here. What else we have? Anthony Vance. They will go 11-1 and win the Big 12, making it to the playoffs. Okay. Well, maybe it was good Coach Prime didn't say they was going undefeated, because the media probably would go nuts. Maybe it was strategic to say we're going to lose 2 games, because most people probably think we're going to lose to Georgia Tech and Arizona State. That's what I think people going to say. So maybe it was strategic for him to say whoever wins the Big 12. So Anthony says 11-1 and win the Big 12 and making it to the 12-team playoffs. I like it. Who we losing to, Anthony? What's the one team you think we're losing to? I'm curious. All right, let's see. Brother said we got cheated last time we were at Utah. They called back to touchdowns from Travis. Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, yes, thank you for the recollection. Yes, sir. Let's see. Gracie said I would love 12-0, so I'll set the bar lower so that we can excel. Okay. Gracie said 12-0. Okay, Gracie, if you had to predict us to lose to one school, just hypothetically, do you have one school in mind, or you manifested? Hey, Charlotte, how you doing? Charlotte said we going 12-0. See, 12-0. We beat Georgia Tech. I'm not a betting person, but that is one game I want to bet on. But I have to learn how to bet first. Miss Pamela said celebrating. Yes, we are celebrating. Yes. That's crazy that Caden didn't get no preseason honors. Caden Salter is predicted to be the best rushing quarterback in the Big 12. Why is he not on? See, that's what I'm saying. BJ Riggs. Oh, okay. 1 minute mark. 87-76. Thank you, BJ. Okay, so look like the Sky got this one. Crowley said, if our team plays and beats teams by 3 or more touchdowns and dominate, they can't cheat us. I mean, that's true. That's true. But we just need to be up by at least what? I think was it ahead by at least 1 touchdown or 2? Yeah. So you're right, 3. But I don't know if we're gonna get that. I think the competition is supposed to be tougher this year, they said. But I like it. I like it. Because honestly, if we can go 3-0 with what Crowley said, if we win by 3 touchdowns or we're ahead by 3 touchdowns, I think that opens the door for 12-0. 3-0 opens the door for 12-0. This is a different team. You might have a little trigger, might be triggered a little bit when we get to 3-0. I think we can go 3-0. The first 3 teams are who? Georgia Tech, Delaware, and who? Is it U of H first? Who are the first 3 teams? Let me know if somebody knows. I like it, Crowley. Let's see. Because we do need a strategy like that. Just my guess on the losses. Oh, okay. Okay. So you didn't have any diehards. Okay, I got it. BJ said the Sky won the game. We were watching the Chicago Sky. 87-76. Okay. Go Angel. And actually, they have a good team. They have a good team. It's not just one person. Salafi said Jerry is on that juice. Pitch yourself, man. All right, Jerry. I think you just got called out. Let's see who else we have. Blue Moon. Let's see. Blue Moon said, stayed prayed up. BYU is a praying school. TCU has an axe to grind. So you think we're gonna lose to TCU and BYU? You know, BYU lost their quarterback. Even though he was a 3-star, they still lost their 3-star quarterback, and he was the starter. But they did beat us in the Alamo Bowl. However, there was something going on there too. So I'm just go ahead and put that out there. I think we know that, right? I don't think TCU is going to be any better than last year. Okay. I haven't heard much about them. Okay, that's good. That's actually good. It says referee is going to cheat them out. I can't go no higher than 11-1. So you think we're going to get cheated again? I mean, I could see why you would say that. Okay. All right. 11-1. Okay. I'm still 12-0. I feel like we're going to have to nip that in the bud. Anthony say the one team we're going to lose to is Utah. Is it due to cheating? That's what people are starting to suggest. Let me know. Thank you for that, Anthony. Let's see. Jerry said, I am with Gracie. Set the bar low and hope for more. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to see. Gracie said, I refuse to claim. We lose to Tech. I hope we don't lose to them this year. I really don't. I'm telling y'all, I think we going 3-0 out the gate. Much love, Jerry. Just adding humor to the podcast. Yes, thank you, Sloppy. That's funny. And let's see, who is this? We have Duck Banks. Welcome. Duck said 10-2 and 11-1 is my prediction. Okay, I like it. I think when we looked at the schedule, y'all welcome Duck to the chat. 10-2 and 11-1. I think that we said 10-2 was the worst. Okay, I'll take it. I think the 11-1 was people had us losing to Arizona. So if we go 10-2, who are the 2 teams you feel like are a threat to CU that we could potentially lose to? Let me know, Duck, and thank you for joining us. So I think that's everybody. All right. So I think we're gonna win. I think if we beat Georgia Tech, we go 3-0. I think we're gonna take the rest of the schedule. I don't think people realize just how good this team is all around, right? And I'm not talking about the media. I'm talking about Buff fans. Now I'm talking, Buff fans. I don't think Buff fans realize like the talent that we have. Sure, we don't have a bunch of 5 stars. Coach Prime didn't have no 5 stars like that at Jackson State and got it done, right? So you have to look at the level of talent you're playing where you are. So you playing the same talent. You're playing HBCU talent in an HBCU. And people talked about that Louisiana Monroe game. They said it felt like we got cheated. I didn't go back and watch it, but that was a non-HBCU and it felt like we got cheated, right? So that means we could hang if we had to get cheated in order for the other team to win. Same thing with Kansas State and Kansas. I mean, they were horrible games. To me, Kansas State, and the bowl game. It was some other stuff going on. All three games. Two games, Kansas, something was going on with Colorado. That's how I felt. And it wasn't just the players. And then I felt like the bowl game, something was going on. It's like they were trying to punish Shador. So that's what I felt about the Alamo Bowl and the Kansas game. Now, the Kansas State game, we just got cheated. That's just what it was. You could see Kansas kept trying to stall the game and delay the game and throw us off our rhythm with all of these fake injuries. I'm like, y'all got to do all of this to cheat. And yeah, we did lose damn near our all of the starting wide receivers, right? But what did it come down to? Colorado was back in the game or still in the game, and it came down to what? Pass interference. That's what it came down to. One of the subjective plays that refs can call. That's why the games have to be, like Crawley said, by a touchdown or 2 or 3 touchdowns. We're not going to always be 3 touchdowns ahead, but it's going to have to be like the UCF game. You're going to have some room, and you're going to have energy and just go all the way and let them catch you. That's what it's going to have to be. We get Utah the week before Halloween. How ironic. That is ironic because it's early. Yep, that is irony. It is. Let's see here. It says Blue Moon said no. TCU nor BYU. Oh, okay. You were saying they're not going to beat us. You were saying they should stay prayed up. Okay, got it. We know what we got to do to win. Yeah. I think we got that game. Gracie said, welcome, Duck. So thank you for joining us. And let's see what else we have. Crawley said at Duck Banks, hello, welcome to the chat. Yay. All right. And Gracie. All right. It says, oh, hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button. Okay. So if you want to know why Halloween is on the screen, because we previously had a conversation about how early a Halloween marketing was going to start. And here we are, July 9th. I think that the Buffs are going to have a good season. I think there are more stars on the team than people realize. I don't think you can say you have an exceptional wide receiver core and only mention one wide receiver with preseason honors. I think it comes down to what it always comes down to. We just can't let CU get that far out ahead. If they have a first team, a second team, a third team, and a fourth team, which you obviously can see here, you're not going to tell me with a wide receiver room like we have with Quentin Gibson, Timmons, Omarion Miller, Draylon Miller, Cam McHale. That's 5 guys right there. That means we would have 12. I don't see them giving us 12 people on preseason honors. So to me, it comes down to what it always comes down to, right? If I go back and look at how many Arizona State have, if I look at how many Iowa State have, the teams that we were tied with for first last year, right? BYU, Arizona State, and Iowa State. If I look at what they have and they have the same number, they just not going to let us outpace everybody else. Now, I'm happy to see that the Big 12 commissioner has taken a liking to Coach Prime because maybe he can help with these referees. See, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, because I said it last year. I'm like, CU got to step up. Not Coach Prime, but the regents at CU and the commissioner in the Big 12. Those are the people that have to step up when it becomes obvious that they are cheating CU. And we might not have as much of a problem with it this year. You never know. They might have moved some people around. But you can't call Coach Prime every day and then let him get cheated. So I'm happy to hear, athletic director George who probably don't like it either, but there are people above his pay grade that can lean on the NCAA. The Big 12 commissioner can lean on the NCAA if we see cheating. So I'm just gonna say that. That's just what I think. Kansas State and possibly Utah are the two losses. Okay, why y'all think we losing to Utah this year? What's happening? I'm like, wait a minute. Did I miss something? Okay, is it the cheating? It must be the cheating. Okay, Kansas State and Utah. Well, it must be the cheating because we definitely got cheated. We definitely got cheated. And I want y'all to know, Caden is a dog. I don't know how many times I have said that, but I'm telling y'all, maybe there's not a lot of footage on him, but I'm telling you, go watch what's out there. Don't forget, we got Sincere Brown. That's another person. That's 13. See, we got a lot of stars. This team is better than the last team. I will say that because it's all around. We have star power all around, right? I do believe we've been underestimated. I started my conversation off of you just joining us. I think Colorado getting a 6-6 or a 5-7 is more about betting, more about the betting industry than Colorado's talent. If I can stand here and say, okay, we got 7 people in Big 12 preseason, all Big 12, plus there's 5 or 6 more that I could name, 12 or 13 people all over. You only have 11 on each side. So if we got 13, that's either an entire offense or an entire defense or half and half. I'll take the half and half. That's why I'm optimistic. That's why, and Caden is really it. See, Caden has already been 12-0. See, he know how to get there. And they didn't go 12-0 without him, right? And they decided when a new coach came in, much like the Chicago Sky and the Dallas Wings game, new coaches do what they want to do. Even though it don't work, that's just what they want to do. That's like a flex. I know that y'all had running and passing game, but we going to just run the ball. And sometimes that's a safety net that these coaches rely on because they don't believe in the dual threat concept. I don't know why. Hell, it's in the NFL. It works. But see, Caden is at CU. We are definitely going to enjoy that. We are definitely going to enjoy seeing a quarterback with deep ball accuracy, which is Shador, but then a mobile quarterback as well with no O-line issues. This is going to be our first time taking the 3-0 from the first year and expanding it across 12 games, the Big 12 and the playoffs. This is our just due. That's how I see it. It said, I am changing again after looking at that schedule again. CU 11-1, lost to TCU or maybe Georgia Tech. Sorry, Gracie. Maybe we need to look at the schedule again now that everybody know who on their team. I do think it's interesting. I think it's, now that we know who we have, for them to give us 7 preseason all Big 12 honors, it's more than that. I'm going to go with 13. We got some dogs out there. Kansas and Kansas State tried to destroy CU at 20. Yes, they did. And I hope it's a sign that the refs in the NFL in Kansas City got fired. So hopefully the NCAA get with the program too. Like I said, they're going to have to hold the NCAA. This is going to have to go above Rick George. This is going to have to be the commissioner in the Big 12 and the regents from CU. And in my opinion, they need to call out the NFL and the NCAA and say, hey, I'm going to need you to stop knocking my program. Yeah, flex that power. Now let's talk about NIL money. Okay, let me switch to Coach Prime. All right, so Coach Prime was, making fun, just being funny, basically paying a compliment to his friend who's the head coach at Texas Tech. And they talked about the NIL money, right? And he said, yeah, Joey got that money, that $5.1 million they paid. He's saying Joey got that money. So where do y'all think we stand this year with NIL money? We know everybody got a share, right? We know that. But we talking in addition to that. Are we going to only have the $22 million to share? Or do y'all think we're going to have $22 million plus the other stuff that people get. Will we have a lot of players with endorsements? Are we just gonna be $22 million the base that everybody gets in shares and that's it? And if so, please tell me why y'all think that is, because that's crazy. Our program is too popular for us not to have a $20 million roster or a $54 million roster. Coach Prime is the fourth most influential college head coach. CU is sold out third season in a row. And while I know Coach Prime is the glue, and clearly we can win without that, and that will be the hoot. See, it will be a hoot if Colorado, who don't have a $20 million roster, who doesn't have a $54 million roster, goes far with what they do have, the money that they share with everybody else. I think it would say a lot. It would. It would say we didn't have to pay for talent. We develop talent. And that's what CU does. What do y'all think about that? Duck said Utah and CU are old school rivals going back to the 1800s. Yeah, it's called the Rocky Top something. It's some kind of battle they have. Rocky Top, I think, or something like that. Mountain, I don't know, something. But yeah, that's our rival this year. Utah is the big rivalry. We don't have CSU this year. It's Utah. So you're right on that, Duck. Thank you so much. Northside said they got us going 5-7 now, losing to Delaware. What? Again, this is for bettors. That's for bettors to bet against CU. So Vegas don't have to pay out too much money, because that's crazy. I thought they were going to say we were losing to Georgia Tech. I didn't know they threw Delaware in there. Why the hell would we lose to Delaware? But you know what? They said we were going to lose to North Dakota State too, and we did not. We did not. Yep, that's what they said. Thank you for sharing that. Blue Moon said we needed Bishop Thomas for Kansas State. He would have flattened some Jayhawks. I agree. And we did lose him. Yeah. You're right about that. Let's see. Northside said Rick George working on that money. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, how can you be so popular, make all of this money, but you don't have, Ohio State money? I mean, the fourth most influential college head coach. I know they got money in the mountains, so I don't know what's going on. I find that interesting though. Like, does Coach Prime need to ask the question when it comes to boosters that I said Lamar Jackson need to ask the question when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens? So, do you want to go to the Natty with me? Like, I know you want to get there, but do you want me to lead you there? Or is it somebody else you're waiting on to donate? Real question. Because we should definitely have the money and not just the shared amount. It says, Crowley said, we will have to dominate, like Coach Prime said. Yeah, I agree. I think we'll get there. I think we got it together this year. K-Salt will be a difference maker with the run pass option. Yep. Sure will. Yep, I'm telling y'all. Xavier Hill, Caden Salter, Martavius French, the whole wide receiver core, Okanola. Do we still have Barnes? Tawfiq Thomas, Tawfiq Bayard, all of those guys they not talking about. I think the defense is better this year. Yep. CU has one of the wealthiest donor bases in college. That's what I would think, because the valuation is in the billions. Okay. I don't need to get off that money. I thought was going to lose to North Dakota State too. They're a problem for real. Won the FCS title again. Right. And we beat them, and people thought we were going to lose that game. See, I think a lot of people underestimate the heart of our players. Yeah, maybe they don't all come in with 5 stars. These players got heart. Like Gibson, that kid right there. See, we have an exceptional wide receiver room, and only 4 gonna start. I don't even know who that is. I don't know. I mean, I know JoJo gonna get in there. I know Omarion is gonna play. I got two left. Draylon is 3. Who's the 4th one? Sincere Brown? Is it Gibson? Is Gibson gonna be special teams only because he a freshman? They had LaJohntay on special teams last year. Cam McHale. It's a lot of guys. There are a lot of guys. It's gonna be interesting to see. They're gonna spread that ball around. Now I do believe that. Now we threw a lot to Travis last year, but the other guys still got good numbers. Like LaJohntay was like 900, but then Jimmy got hurt. I think they're gonna spread the ball around this year too. But then we have 2 freshmen. I know Farrakhan and Gibson are both freshmen. So, but Draylon is not. So we gonna see Draylon. Oregon got Nike money. Jungle Brother said Texas got oil money. Alabama got ADM money. Archer Daniels, Midland. They into commodities and big farming. Okay. And UGA got Coca-Cola money. Facts. Ohio State got trust fund money. Colorado got oil money too, because the people in Texas vacation houses are in Colorado. they like that Aspen, that Vail money, all of that's Texas too. But I get what you're saying. They ain't gonna give it to us. We need the true Texas. Okay, so what the hell is it in Colorado? What's they thing? I know they got money though. I know they got money. I just don't know what's their industry. What's the reason for all the wealth other than oil and gas coming out of Texas? Drilling. What is it in Colorado? I would have to look it up. Like when we played Colorado State, they were telling Shador, I'm assuming they were talking to Shador and Shiloh that they got daddy's money. Ain't talking about all them kids that go to CSU got daddy's money too. They just, I don't know who's being, I guess, whatever. But they got daddy's money up there too. Now I don't know how daddy make his money up there. But I know Texas and Houston, Texas and Colorado share a relationship. Just different philosophies on life. Let's see. Coach Prime is just not giving players the money until they prove something. Until they prove some players deserve it. So you think we got the money, Anthony? You think we just not flashing it? Okay. Now I want to talk about something. Now I noticed something. I want to talk about this. What time is it? What time is it? Oh, okay, good. We got time. Okay, I noticed something. Have y'all noticed that people who are kids of NFL players like to go elsewhere other than CU? Have y'all noticed that? And the one school they seem to be choosing is Notre Dame. Have anybody noticed that? Last year, Ryan Clark's son was at Notre Dame. I think he made it to the league quietly, seemingly so. If not, he's still there. This year, it's 3 other players. So I don't know what it is about Notre Dame that they have, these former NFL players have taken a liking to Notre Dame. They didn't win the Natty. Why they sons didn't go to Ohio State? What's going on? It's something. I noticed it. And remember when Coach Prime got to Colorado, number 2, the guy that wore number 2 left and went to USC, Jerry Rice's son, Brendan Rice. Am I missing something? To me, that is quite noticeable to have Coach Prime and Hall of Fame coaches and y'all send y'all kids to Notre Dame. Let's talk about it because I want to know what y'all think about that. I find that very, very interesting. That's honestly, what do y'all think? It stuck out to me. I'm like, why do you keep running up there to Notre Dame like that? They ain't win nothing, right? What is it? It said, Jerry, it's okay, a Georgia alum, and it's against my religion to pull for Tech. Oh, Lord. It said, Jerry said, CU would be a problem if they can run the ball. We can run the ball. We can run the ball. The only issue, I think, there's a reason why we changed 2 key coaches, or three. We changed who? Strength and conditioning, and y'all see the difference already, right? So that tells you that kind of played into it. And maybe that's why not that I want to give some people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the O-line wasn't in shape. I don't know. That ain't it, because Jordan Seaton, he did good. But Tyler Brown was sweating himself to death. He was definitely not in shape, I don't think. Not in the shape that he needed to be for impact and high performance. Then we changed. We got a new running back coach, right? So we know Marshall Faulk is a good coach, right? Now, if the impact with the running game is just like the impact is with strength and conditioning, we solid. We solid. But we haven't seen the running backs because they just coming back from break. I haven't even seen the coach because they was on vacation. So we're going to have to wait till they start putting out all these videos and we see, right? Then we changed the O-line coach. And seemingly the O-line has some sort of kind of structure whereby there's a coach and two other coaches. And it's like they are a trio. And maybe that's to safeguard against what happened last year, having the head coach be the only decision maker and he wasn't making adjustments. I don't think we're going to have that problem this year. One, the head coach comes from Jackson State, Gunnar White. He comes from Jackson State with Coach Prime. So that's loyalty right there. Now, I don't know who the other two coaches are, but in addition to the coaches and the players, I think we good on the O-line. I think we will have an effective run game. One of the first things after we talked about this that Marshall Faulk stated that he noticed is we hesitated on the run. I agree with that. I don't think we're going to see that, right? So I think we made the necessary changes in year 3. I think third time is the charm. We sold out again. This time, this is the first time I think we have a complete team, going through the growing pains, getting all the hatred out of some people's heart and getting them the hell out of here. Getting the right players with the right mindset. See, now when you come to see you know what you're coming for. And they're going to be a lot of people watching to see what happens on the field and where in the draft. There are people starting to make conversation about the 2026 recruiting class. And I'm like, well, it said that we stocked up on receivers. Hell, we don't need no more of them, but not a whole lot, right? And maybe that's the same way with defense, right? Because we have recruited a lot of people since those guys first stood up on the first day. Remember, they stood up on the right and the left side. I'm like, there's a whole lot of people, right? We already had a lot of people, and we just been steadily adding people. So we don't have to totally rebuild. Now, this class outgoing, it was at least almost 20 of them left. That's a lot of people. That's the damn near offense and the defense. So I felt like that's why we had so many coming in for this class. But I'm not just too worried about that yet. I think a lot of people going to look and see what happens on the field. And it's not about Shedeur and Travis, because we have the same win-loss projection with Shedeur and Travis, right? I think they want to see if Coach Prime can elevate in the Power 5 like he did at Jackson State. That's what people are waiting to see. That's what they're waiting to see. All right, so let's see here. Colorado have big business guru and tech. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. I didn't know they had tech up there too. Thank you for that. It says Colorado have the Fortune 500 CEOs. Okay, then that makes sense. So they got money. They got money. Okay, thank you for that. Northside said, Rick George said that so many of the biggest donors live in Chicago. We know Chicago is a huge business sector in the United States. Really? That's surprising. That's very surprising. Okay. And Anthony said that's how they center that went to Texas. Oh, you talking about Cash Cleveland? Now, what are you saying about Cash Cleveland going to Texas Tech? Can you clarify that for me, Anthony? Thank you. And then brother said Marshall Faulk implementing a one-cut running style. Okay. You're gonna have to enlighten me on what a one cut running style is, brother. Do you like it? That's the question. Do you like whatever it is, the one cut running style? You have to let me know. I'm assuming you appreciate whatever that is. We will not lose to Delaware. Our young men are hungry. Yep, they are. They are. And the hungriest is win number 3. Yep. Um, Notre Dame has strong business, engineering, and football programs. We have engineering and business and football. I don't think that's it. Mm-mm-mm. Nope. I don't think that's it. I'm gonna think about it. Both coaches are black. Let's go with that. However, one is actually walks the walk and talks the talk. And see, if that was me, my kid would be at CU because I want somebody that's gonna walk head first into their blackness. I don't want somebody that when they asked about being one of the first black coaches, they shy away from that, knowing you have other young black men to lead. So that's not it. That's not it. It's something, but that's not it. That's not it. No, that's not it. Because we have all of that. CU is a good university. Let's see. BJ said Notre Dame got that Vatican VA money. Now, let's be clear. When they first got Marcus Freeman, they ain't have no NIL money. And you know how I know? Something about their situation had popped up in my feed. They didn't like him when they first got him. And they were blaming him. And people were like, calm down. We don't even have no NIL money. How y'all gonna? They tried to fire that man before he could really get going. So to me, when he shied away from being the first black coach to win the natty or be in the natty or whatever, the reporter asked him, I did like this. Because they already showed who they were. They was already trying to get rid of him. And they didn't even have NIL money at the time. So I was like, well, you definitely shouldn't be feeling like that about people who try to get rid of you. So, that's where I stand with that. He has young black men to lead. And the way he answered that question, it was not leaderly like. It was not leadership. It was ducking away from you being black. Why would you do that? You are black. Let's be clear. That's the only reason they want to get rid of you in year 1, and you don't have no NIL money. So why would you say something like that on national TV in front of your black players? That was cowardly. And he looked like Usher, so we know he black. Representation matters. If CU gets the win against Georgia Tech, it's going to be a great season if the Buffs in for Coach Prime. Yep. That's why I said if we win that game, the momentum is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. I just wish we had a game before that one. Is there a scrimmage or anything? It said they gave him the money he wanted. Oh, Texas Tech. Okay. Now, see, I thought Coach Prime pulled some strings. I did. I thought because he was still in the portal, and now he wasn't in there long, maybe 3 days. I thought that maybe Coach Prime called up Joey McGuire and was like, hey, I got this. He a really good kid. He's really good. He just want to move on. And that's what I thought. That's still what I think. I like what you said though. But that's what I thought. That's what I thought. But okay, and I'm sure he got paid too. Picture the Denver Broncos with Terrell Davis and the greatest show on turf. Okay, one cut and hit the hole, no dancing. Okay, I got it. Oh, thank you. Good analogy. Okay. Do we all have the visual? That was good for all of us to get that. Okay. And Gracie said, mark my words, see you gonna take Tech. Okay, so we got a little battle going here. Okay, so this was good. All right, so we getting ready to wrap up. All right, y'all. So this was good. Big 12 Media Day has come and gone. The Buffs are back. So are the haters, but it's not gonna stick this year. Why? This is an entirely new team. This is the 3rd year, and we have stars. We don't just have one leader and one dog. We have leaders and multiple units, and we have dogs already identified at multiple units on offense, on the secondary, on defense, right? We already have that. We only had one wide receiver highlighted for preseason honors. However, we know the entire wide receiver room is already labeled exceptional. which could really probably get us to about 13 people. And then there's Keaton Wade, Tawfiq Boyd, Tawfiq Thomas, Okanola, right? Those guys that really get talked about during the games, but not outside of the accolades. And my motto is they're not going to give us 13 guys in preseason honors, so they capped it off at 7. That's how I look at it, because I know the 13 guys, I can name them all, right? Just like, NIL money. I like what y'all said about, we got it, we don't flaunt it, and that's not what we lean on. Because what Coach Prime don't want people coming for the NIL money. So I respect it. I respect it. It's good to know we have it, and it's good to know he's not using it to attract people, because what does he know? He know if they come for the money, they're not necessarily coming with the right mindset. He will award NIL with those that deserve it. And I like that, right? So I think that that's good too, right? In terms of win or loss, I'm still going with 12-0. It was nice and enlightening to learn that y'all think Utah gonna be a problem. That is the biggest rivalry we have this year. So that game should be fun. We will be live doing the games if we not in Colorado or out somewhere or whatever, right? So we'll definitely be around to get together as a community for that. So, overall, Big 12 Pro Day, I give it an A+. Shout out to the Big 12 commissioner for doing a good job of elevating the conference and gaining respect, also gaining new providers to show the games. That's awesome too. So we're growing, right? And Colorado is growing. We have been severely underestimated by Vegas. I think it has everything to do with marketing to bettors, because Colorado's popular. People like to bet on Colorado. So if they put us at 6-6 this year, and we were at 6-6 last year, I mean, those numbers have no credibility. I think that's more about betting and Vegas making money when people bet against Colorado. That's my reality. So I'm sticking with the 12-0. I think if we beat Georgia Tech out the gate, I don't really care about how many points. I think that sets up the momentum for the rest of the year. I think if we go 3-0, we going 12-0. So that's my thoughts. All right, y'all, we're going to get ready to get out of here. This was awesome. We can wrap up our conversations. Who just joined us? Hey, Bridget, how you doing? How you doing? I see you found your tribe. Thank you. Anthony Vance, good night, good night, good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Northside said, look at what ASU coach said. Oh, okay, I will. I'll take a look at that tonight. Thank you so much. Brother said, Amari McNeil. Yes, that's another one. That's 14. Going to be a problem for Georgia Tech. London Merritt, 15. Going to be a knock. Hayden King out the game. He's only a running QB. Yes. Oh, I can't wait to see the depth chart. I can't wait to see it. That's 15 guys right there. That's 15. See, we are severely underestimated. I'm telling you, that's about betting and marketing. He's going to pay the best players. Okay. I like that, because he also said too, he said he couldn't control something, but he can affect, like if they don't do good in school, that they weren't going to get paid. He can affect them getting paid if they didn't do good in class. That's good. Okay. Blue Moon said, okay, I'm going to put it another way. Networking opportunities. There's levels to this process. Okay, Blue Moon. Networking opportunities. So that's what you're saying. Networking about the former NFL players sending their kids to Notre Dame. You said networking opportunities. That's what you're saying. Good night, Jerry. Good night. I like that. Okay. Yeah, Atita, 16. There you go. 16. Ooh, I'm telling you, severely underrated. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back. Thank y'all for watching What She Said Sports. We likely will pop up at about 12:15 for the West Coast crew, the third shifters, the late nighters, and the night owls. Okay. So leave your notifications on. If you're awake, we'll see you on You Up. But if not, we'll see y'all tomorrow. We get started later in the day, but we could pop up at any time. So turn your notifications on. Consider becoming a member today if you're going to hang out with us all the time. Shout out to the new members. We're at 22 now. We love it. And we're going to be rolling with each other through the season. So, thanks for watching What She Said Sports. Become a member today. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. and share it to somebody that you respect. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. Thank y'all. Have a good night. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Be sure to join our daily live stream and listen up to What She Said Sports on the go on Spotify. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Stay for another video.